list. Must-have beauty essentials for summer travel.
They truly are problem solvers that are going to make summer travel so much easier.
Plus, the enduring legacy of Elvis Presley.
Elvis actually holds the record for the most top 40 hits.
But first, how to seek advice in the business world.
Find someone who's on your team to help you get to where you want to go.
It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes, and there's no question women have made huge strides in the world of business.
However, while some professions have more women in the workforce, they have very few in leadership positions.
But the women who do break through have serious lessons to share for all of us. Learning from women leaders in male-dominated industries is our featured story at the top of the list. Women make up half the population, so they must occupy about half the leadership roles in corporate America, right? Not so much.
Most people would be surprised by just how much of a boys' club Wall Street is.
Megan Tobias Neely is the author of Hedged Out, Inequality and Insecurity on Wall Street. And while women make up more than half of the banking industry overall,
when you get up to the executive level, they hold only 22% of executive roles on Wall Street.
We're looking at what we can all learn from women who have broken through to leadership roles in male-dominated industries like Wall Street, automotive, and brewing. First, you've got to revise your mental image.
Think about how you imagine a leader in any given workplace and question to what extent it's a notion based on men in the workplace.
Megan Greenwood owns Greenwood Brewing.
Less than 3% of breweries are owned by women only.
And nationwide, there are very few car dealer principals like Whitney Yates Woods.
It's traditionally men, so it is hard to break into that man-dominated role.
These women leaders are flipping the script for a future female striver.
She sees us in these roles and she sees herself in the role because she can resonate with that. And so it just takes more women to get more women.
Next, you'll have to hit the books. That's what Whitney did when she had the opportunity to become a dealer principal.
I actually went to a year-long course on how to run a car dealership and completed a lot of requirements to get General Motors approval.
Degrees and certifications matter.
For example, one hedge fund founder I interviewed was a mathematician, and that sort of helped with her credibility and respect for her colleagues.
Next, find your crew.
Find someone who's on your team to help you get to where you want to go, who might already have had that path.
I would absolutely recommend finding other women that are in the same position that you aspire to be in and talk to them and pick their brain and see if they can help you. There's a women's network within General Motors that I reached out to that helped me to get to the position that I'm in right now.
And instead of just a mentor or two, build an ecosystem of support.
This might be a dozen people or 20 people who you go to for different kinds of things. So one is advice on your next move. One is advice on perhaps something more personal that your workplace isn't accommodating. Or maybe just people who make you laugh and help to fuel you so that you can recharge to face the workplace.
And don't wait. You can network around an idea.
I had no brewery location. I had no business cards, but I just faked it. Put your name on a name tag and go to that industry meeting and introduce yourself as you're the one that's going to build the next big thing. And that is where I found some of my partners to get me to the next step. You have to find the next person and the next person.
And when you make it, extend your coattails to others.
When we are hiring, we get majority of the applicants are women because they see the leadership are women and they kind of already understand the dynamics that they're going to have. And that is, I think, very rare.
Advice from women at the top is at the top of the list.
It's the season. A lot of folks plan to head out on vacation, but friends, a reminder, just because you're far from home doesn't mean you should skimp on style. We're checking out summer travel beauty must-haves.
Warm temps mean it's time to go places.
Everyone is so excited to get their families, get their friends, and go on summer vacation.
But something you can't leave behind, your beauty routine. Beauty and style expert Emily Foley gives us 3 products that'll change your summer travel game.
These products really knocked my socks off. They truly are problem solvers that are going to make summer travel so much easier.
First up, a product that'll let you carry all your beauty essentials without the bulk. The Cadence Magnetic Capsules.
They're magnetic leak-proof capsules that save space while they store your products.
These tiny containers can hold anything from lotions to vitamins.
These capsules are also made from recycled ocean-bound plastic, so they're sustainable. And it's so cool because you can create your own customized little magnetic set.
You can buy them individually online for $14 or in bundles that start at $42. Up next is a game changer for sun protection, the Sun Patch.
These are basically peel and stick sunblock patches, and they help get that area that's so prone to sunburn protected.
These under eye patches are UPF 50+, waterproof, and hypoallergenic.
So they're great for even the most sensitive skin. They come in bright colors, so they really are cute and fun to wear.
They're available online for $26 and come in a pack with 4 pairs that can be reused up to 10 times. And speaking of sun protection, don't forget the lips. We're wrapping it up with the Naked Sundays Glow and Go Hydrating Lip Oil. You can find this lip product online for less than $25. It gives you SPF 50+ protection and is infused with raspberry seed oil and both watermelon and tomato extract.
It gives you a beautiful, non-sticky, subtle natural color, a little bit of gloss, so it really does feel like and look like you're wearing makeup.
Want more info on any of these products? Head over to thelisttv.com. We're helping you look your summer best with these beauty must-haves.
The movie Elvis whipped the film world into a frenzy at Cannes, and the King's fans are counting the minutes till it hits theaters on June 24th. So to tide you over, Hattie D. Jamal has a few fun facts about the man from Mississippi.
You ain't nothing but...
The king of rock and roll was known for his sultry voice and his dance moves.
Elvis was one of those phenomenons that is really hard to describe why he was who he was. They always say you have to have that it factor. And what is that it factor? Whatever it is, Elvis definitely had it. And he still has it today.
We spoke with Angie Marchese, Vice President of Archives and Exhibits at GraceLand, to learn about the king. Our first factoid, he still holds a Billboard record.
45 years after Elvis's passing, Elvis actually holds the record for the most top 40 hits with 114. The next person in line is Drake, who only has 113.
A few songs that made the list:
Suspicious Minds, In the Ghetto, Don't Cry Daddy, or even, Hound Dog, Blue Suede Shoes, Jailhouse Rock.
That jailbird sing that rock.
So it's hits that spanned his entire career and some that are really kind of the soundtrack to all of our lives.
Next, the king is still releasing music.
So in October 2015, Elvis released a new album. It was called If I Can Dream, and it was Elvis backed by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Someday you want me, dear.
So the album consisted of Elvis's classic songs re-envisioned with a huge orchestra behind him, supporting him. And it went to #1 in the UK as well as other countries around the world. The interesting fact is the #2 album of the year in the UK behind Elvis was Adele.
Angie's third factoid, Elvis bought his home GraceLand when he was just 22 years old.
By that time, he was already an international star, was in the process of filming his second movie, and had had 6 #1 songs in 1956.
And the price back then?
Paid a little over $102,000 for the house. That included that mansion as well as the 14 acres of land that it sits on. Today, it's priceless. Can't put a dollar sign on it. It's totally priceless. Since opening up for tourists in 1982, GraceLand is the second most visited home in the United States, second to the White House. And we've welcomed over 23 million visitors through GraceLand's front door in almost 40 years.
Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising.
And those are fun facts about the Elvis Presley.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Here's what's coming up on the list. Why drinking water can help with weight loss.
We think that we're hungry. We actually most likely are just thirsty.
And we explored tiny homes on wheels.
We toured around the country for 6,000 miles for 6 months.
Plus, join the cast of Physical on a journey of self-discovery.
We all have these inner monologues and how we present.
That's all next on the list.
Hey YouTube, I know you're right in the middle of watching, but I just wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the list. Okay, now back to the show. Welcome back, folks. All right, just in time for the hot weather, it is National Frozen Yogurt Month. Now, if you wondered how they can whip up that many flavors of this delightful dessert, Jackie Denker is delving into the science of flavorology. Get ready for some delicious lab work.
When you walk into a frozen yogurt shop, do you ever think about where the flavors come from? Most of us probably thought
Flavors just magically appear. Haha. I wish that would happen. There is a lot of science behind creating flavors.
Take it from Chief Flavorologist at Yogurtland, Nirupama Nigam, who is taking us through the science that brings all that joy to our taste buds, which is referred to as flavorology. So let's find out what it's all about. Starting with the science of flavor.
Flavor comes from when you're putting it in your mouth and you bite on something, there are these odor particles that are created and they go through your nasopharynx. So it's the olfactory part which detects your flavor.
Interesting.
Yes.
And we did a little experiment to put that to the test.
We will taste something with your nose closed and we'll see if you can tell what it is. What do you taste?
Nothing really.
Oh, really?
And then without my nose closed,
now what do you taste?
Tart.
Oh my goodness.
Is it not right?
It's not.
okay, maybe I'm not cut out to be a flavorologist. It was pistachio. But the point being, your nose plays a big part. So when you close it,
it doesn't give you that whole flavor because your olfactory senses are not working.
Now let's talk about how they create flavors.
Any frozen yogurt will start with a base,
which is usually made of a mixture of milk, yogurt culture, sugar, and other yummy ingredients.
We have a sweet base,
which would be used for flavors like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
And then you have the tart. That's the one which will have more of the fruity profile. So what we would do is we would take the base and transfer it into one of these 40 ml tubes where all the experiments start.
What is this?
So this is a pipetter, and I'm just going to transfer some product here.
And one of those experiments is creating colors by putting food coloring into the base, because we eat with our eyes too.
So I want ours really blue. Look at it.
Yes.
Finally, it's time to develop the flavor.
For example, if we were to develop a chocolate flavor, we will go and look for cocoa. And we look at cocoa from different parts of the world and try them out.
And then
mix it with the base to be able to create this amazing depth of flavor.
Dutch chocolate.
Once the flavor is perfected, it comes to Yogurtland, where guests can bring it on home with toppings and enjoy.
Wow.
Learning the ins and outs of frozen yogurt with Flavorology.
As the need for more affordable housing grows more urgent, the tiny home movement just keeps getting bigger. Teresa Strasser's here to share 3 innovative tiny homes that hope to give people cool, more economical cribs. Hey, Teresa.
Thank you. With low housing availability and skyrocketing property prices, these new tiny homes are offering folks modestly priced manners. Coming in at number 1, Futuro Houses is a company that's building UFO micro homes.
You can put these anywhere. You don't have to have a construction company come and survey the land.
These prefabricated dwellings were originally designed by a Finnish engineer and built in the 1960s and 70s, but only about 100 were made.
Initially designed for ski chalets off-grid, they were designed for families of 4.
They're about 16 feet tall, 30 feet wide, and fit in a shipping container so they can be sold worldwide.
People call us continually that want to use these for Airbnbs and rentals.
They cost around $125,000 at futurohouses.com and plan to start shipping by the end of the year. At number 2, Quorum Houses is a company that's linking up homeowners who have backyard space with renters who need an affordable place to live.
We just focus on affordable housing, particularly in unused space like backyards.
Quorum Houses builds their 200 square foot tiny home and then helps find a tenant needing affordable housing.
We're actually clearing some trees in our backyard right now for this concept.
The homeowners get a free tiny home and 20% of the rent. Quorum gets the rest. And after 10 to 15 years, the homeowner gets full ownership of the tiny house.
Building in a backyard, we're already building community.
All their info is at quorumhouses.org. And third on our unique tiny homes list, Wilder Wise is a company that's making tiny homes on wheels.
Because they are built to a different set of codes, a lot of times that can be, 30 to 50, 60% cheaper than installing a home on a foundation.
They start at $85,000, are about 200 square feet each, and can be towed by a typical truck like an Airstream travel trailer.
Our home weighs 20,000 pounds. We toured around the country for 6,000 miles for 6 months.
You can join their wait list and find out more at wilderwise.com. And those were 3 unique tiny homes offering folks more affordable housing options. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
We're back. The Apple TV Plus show Physical just debuted its 2nd season, starring Rose Byrne as an 80s housewife taking on the world of aerobics. We talked to Rose, her co-stars, and the show's creator about how it's inspired them and may inspire you on the hot list.
Let's do this thing!
Rose Byrne stars in the Apple TV Plus show Physical as a housewife turned entrepreneur in the world of aerobics.
Season 1, you have to set so much stuff up. And this season, we really get to kind of explore those things.
Rose, her co-stars Murray Bartlett and Rory Scovel, and show creator Annie Weissman told us that watching the characters discover themselves in the series can help you discover yourself, too.
Only you have the power to change you. Are you ready to change?
First, let's be honest. Your inner critic is a jerk.
We all have these inner monologues and how we present and what's the actual narration going on. And I love that. I think, thank God we can't hear each other and what we think.
When you're short, round, lumpy, nobody wants you.
Next, how someone looks doesn't equal their reality.
One of the things I love about having Rose play this part is she looks like just the ideal woman. You think there can't be anything wrong with life if you look that way and you move through the world looking that way.
Get a good look, honey?
And the reality is not at all the case. What we project to the world is not who we are on the inside. And that's true in different ways for so many of us. A lot of us are really good at pretending, right?
You're only reading that exterior kind of projection, really, of what someone's giving you. As humans, we're complex creatures, and our inner life could be very, very at odds with what we're presenting to the world.
I think that's a lesson that we can never stop learning.
And when your reality needs a boost, get physical.
I ate a batch of oatmeal cookies one by one while the sun came up. You can't do anything about that, but you can change this moment right now if you move.
Jane Fonda and other fitness people at the time were experiencing for themselves the value of actually doing hard aerobic fitness and strength training. Not only physically empowering, but they were mentally empowering. They helped people feel that they could accomplish things in their lives.
Every ugly thought you've ever had about yourself, let it fuel you.
And remember, whether you're trying to improve your body, your relationships, or anything else, be patient and keep at it.
I think there's a little bit of probably impatience in Danny to that regard, too. I think he kind of is like, why can't it just be, look, I made a sandwich for our daughter. Isn't that enough? He has to kind of realize, like, yeah, well, you have to do it every day and for every meal. You got to keep showing up.
I am ready to listen and learn.
Showing up and getting physical on the hot list. We'll be right back.
It's your life. It's your list. We're celebrating Pride Month. Go to thelisttv.com to learn more.
We're back. The world right now is an unsettling mix of stress, gloom, and hope. In other words, a really tough time to stick to a diet and wellness plan. So we talked to fitness guru Heidi Powell about building some mid-year resolutions to get back on track for 2022.
Many of us begin every year with a resolution to improve our wellness, but the majority of us lose traction.
Year after year after year, we lose belief in who we are and what we're capable of, and we start to feel like failures.
Fitness and transformation expert Heidi Powell has 3 tips to get our wellness program back on track, starting with nutrition goals.
The tip I'm going to give for you today is to drink more water.
The mechanism in our brains that tells us that we're thirsty is often confused with hunger.
So what happens is when we reach for food because we think that we're hungry, we actually most likely are just thirsty, and we need the water to tell our bodies that we are full.
Heidi says drinking more water will curb cravings, bring mental clarity, and increase our metabolism.
Drink half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. And if that's too much, we're gonna shrink it down to something you can do. Maybe it's just drinking 1 extra glass of water a day.
Next, get back on track with exercise goals.
The exercise tip to get back on track, it's simple. Deliberately move your body for just 5 minutes a day.
Heidi says just 5 minutes of deliberate movement will build up your stamina, and you'll begin to feel the benefits of exercise.
It reduces anxiety by triggering our brains to release serotonin and dopamine, which are the feel-good hormones. So move 5 minutes a day, you will not regret it.
Our final wellness goal tip, integrate a positive mindset.
Think when you have a thought, you have emotion around it. That emotion then triggers an action. The action creates habits, and habits create our future and our destiny.
Research shows that anywhere from 15,000 to 60,000 thoughts run through our brains every day.
So if the thoughts inside of our brain are negative or telling us that we are failures, the actions that we will create as a result of what we're speaking to ourselves will be in line with that.
Heidi's tip?
Speak one kind thing every single day to ourselves in the mirror.
Finishing 2022 strong with wellness tips from Heidi Powell.
Great reminders for me: less chocolate lava cake, probably some more veggie.
Yeah, and I really need to get back on that exercise train.
Jimmy, never too late.
Thanks for watching, YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, leave us a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button so you never miss a list. And here are some other episodes to keep the party going. It's a curated selection just for you.